Good afternoon, everybody. It is Meteorologist 825 Forecast here, and welcome back to the update, guys. As you guys can tell, we are going to be still continuing to forecast and look at the extreme heat for parts of the South Central. And it's, again, as you can tell, it is moving up every single time, every single day. The heat will be rising up and trying to get to the Midwest there, and it also will be moving west. We're going to have widespread triple digits, and if you guys want to know if you will be affected with these triple digits, stay tuned for the video. Be sure to like the video, guys. Let's try to get this to 15 likes. That will be incredible if you guys can do that there, and that will inform me that you guys like the video, and then that will inform me that also that you like more that you would like more videos like these. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. We're 3 subscribers away from 1,450, and then we're getting extremely close to 1,500. I hope we can get to 1,500 by the end of the month, guys, and that would be incredible if you guys can help me do that. So if you guys want to know if you'll be affected by the heat, and also if you want to know how long this heat will last, that'll come right up. So as you can tell, we are going to be looking at the National Weather Service right now here, and here we have a huge area right here where we have some heat issues here. As you can tell, the heat advisories are spreading a whole lot. They're spreading every single day to the east, south, west, and north. They're all spreading in all different types of directions. So if in the orange, the light orange, you are on heat advisory. So for parts of central Georgia, northern Florida, the Panhandle, the Big Bend, all the way through parts of Texas. It did move a bit more north, and we had some heat advisories go away for Louisiana, but then they came back. So it looked like we were going to have a break for a little bit, but then they came right back. Now we have a lot more for Tennessee, Mississippi, a lot more for Alabama. We do have a lot more for Oklahoma, through Arkansas, and parts of Illinois now. So Illinois is the newest state for these heat advisories. And guys, new update, we now have excessive heat warnings now for Oklahoma, Arkansas, northern Louisiana, western Mississippi, and western Tennessee, guys. So if you're in the pink color or the pink color or the purple color, however you want to say, you are in an excessive heat warning, guys, and those are just new, and those are the new updates. So that's where you can see extremely warm temperature for your area on average. And then we have excessive heat watches for Wichita, for parts of Jefferson City, Missouri, and now we do have the Southwest now has excessive heat watches now, because the heat will be coming back to the west, guys. And then we also have some flash flood watches in effect for the plains, because they're going to get a lot of rain, and that'll be my next update around 4 in the afternoon. And we have some red flag warnings, and guess what, guys? We actually have a first frost advisory this year now. Frost advisory for a county in Nevada with the extreme cold. Guys, I believe this is the first frost advisory, so that is a sign that we are getting pretty cold now in the west. Now we're quickly going to be looking at the radar on the European but for the next 10 days, because again, this is going to be a U.S. forecast, so I just want to include this. So within the next 6 hours, it looks like we could have a lot of rain for the East Coast, for the Northeast and the Southeast, and we'll again have the severe weather for Minnesota, but it's going to be more of an overnight severe weather threat. As you can tell, tomorrow will also bring in some huge severe weather threats for the west and for the west United States. So we're going to have the Dakotas, and we have the monsoon season bringing in a lot of rain for the Southwest. For the next 48 hours, we will have extremely heavy rain and severe weather heading in for parts of the Midwest. Looks like we have a slight chance for tomorrow. It's getting a lot worse, though. Look at extremely severe weather right here for the Ohio Valley and for the Midwest. That will cause actually a lot of rain. Some possible flash flood watches could be in effect for those areas, and then that could bring in some rain for the 14th of August here in Georgia and to the southeast, and for Louisiana. By the 16th of August, it actually could bring a little bit of rain for northern Georgia and for parts of the Panhandle, and here we have a lot of rain for Canada. And guess what, guys? We see our first blue. That's snow, guys. We see our first snow here in this map here. But again, it's in Canada. But guys, we're already having our first blue color. That's the first we've ever seen this year so far. We've seen a mix, but now we're finally seeing snow in Canada. And that is a sign that September is coming close. And that'll bring in some snow right here for the Montana and the mountains there. But anyways, it will bring some severe weather for the 18th of August, and then as we go into the 19th of August, we can actually have a tropical system right here coming up the Atlantic, Looks like it could like somewhat like this up the coast there, and that's going to bring in a lot of heavy rain for the east coast here. Again, this Atlantic system, as it tells, very, very far away, but it could bring in a whole lot of rain for the northeast and the mid-Atlantic. So that was the radar. Now we're going to be looking at the 6 to 10 day outlook. Not really different, but as you can tell, we are going to see some warmer color or some different colors out here in the Midwest. We'll be seeing some darker shades of red. Here we have, again, the worst of it could be right here. This is where we can see the worst of the heat. That's where we have the biggest chances for the warm up right here. That's where we can see possibly 8 degrees above average. And then we will be seeing some cold conditions again for the west here. And then we have frost advisories over here. And yeah, we'll be seeing very, very cold temperatures for Alaska again. We'll be possibly seeing some snow up there. It will be the first snowfall in the United States, I believe, including Alaska again. But we'll have slightly above average temperature for the southeast. So that's kind of good for me because I start cross country very soon. So it wouldn't be too hot in the races. Again, it would be really bad if it was. But again, we'll be seeing this heat starting to move eastward as the week continues, so that bringing a lot of warm temperatures for the Midwest again, and also bringing some warmer conditions now for the Northeast. As you can tell, it's not looking like it's going to be cold anymore for the next 6 to 10 days in the New England area. As you can tell, it can be pretty warm. Now we look at the 8 to 14 day outlook. This heat does move even more north, and it gets into parts of the New England area. Michigan can bring in some very warm temperatures. And look, the Southwest still won't get any better extreme heat, but at least it's monsoon season, so they'll be getting extremely heavy rain here. Especially, this is the worst of it in New Mexico, and Texas, and parts of Oklahoma. And then we've seen still this cold air staying right here for the west. Again, this is going to be the ridge right here. It's going to be keeping this cold air here and pushing. It's going to be pushing the warm air to the east. That's why we're seeing some warmer temperatures right here. But somehow the southeast is still going to stay somewhat under, only about a degree or two above average. You won't really feel it if you're in the southeast. Again, yeah, you'll be we're actually going to see very warm temperatures coming in. We're going to have some mid-90s. It's been a very, very long time since we see mid-90s in the southeast. For my area, at least, it's been at least since early July since we've had upper 90s. Now we're going to be looking at the temperature anomaly. So today we'll be seeing above average, or we'll be seeing extremely warm temperatures right here for the central part of the United States. As you can tell, it is starting to move a bit more north, so we are going to see parts of Wisconsin and Iowa above average, and then we'll be seeing possibly 12 degrees above average for Utah. But again, we'll be seeing that cold air continuing to bring in cold temperatures for the northern plains and the west, and then the northeast will continue to see up to 4 degrees below average, but that will end very, very soon. As we go on tomorrow, these temperatures will actually get very, very widespread. As you can tell, we have a lot of the Midwest. It's not incredibly bad right now, only about 2 degrees above average there. And then we've seen the very warm temperatures right here for Texas, especially the southern tip near El Paso. We'll be seeing possibly 8 degrees above average. And then the southeast again will continue to be slightly above average. As you can tell, as we go into continuing through the week, the northeast temperatures will start to warm up. We have less cold temperatures. As we go into the 13th, we'll be seeing these widespread temperatures bringing incredibly warm temperatures for Texas and Illinois, 8 to 12 degrees above average, and then we start to have above average temperatures for the northeast. And as you can tell, we are going to start seeing a cold front coming in. A cold front will start to come in, bringing some areas slightly below average. So we are going to see the cold start to come back now. We will have this polar blast from Canada to bring in some cooler temperatures for the plains. But it will bring in some very, very cold conditions for the northern plains as we go. This is actually, I believe, the 15th. Let me check right now. This is the 14th. But it will still have warmer temperatures for the northeast. For the southeast, and also still have very warm temperatures for the south central. As you can tell, Texas will still see possibly 8 degrees above average. This cold front will get a lot stronger as the 15th comes, but again, still very warm temperatures. This cold blast will actually come into parts of the areas of Wisconsin where they got very warm temperatures. And then this cold front will start to come into the southeast now, so it is looking like, again, we can have a cold end of August. This will be the 16th, so it's going on and off again. Sometimes we see cold fronts on the 16th, and sometimes we're not. It's just changing every day. And again, we will be seeing very warm temperatures for the west now. Wyoming, Idaho, parts of Utah, they'll be seeing incredibly warm temperatures. But guys, look, as we go into the 18th of August, look how warm it's going to bring in another warm front now. But again, at least the southeast won't be as incredibly warm. Won't even, basically, most of the areas will be average. But this warm front will get very unorganized. It will bring in some warmer temperatures across the east and the plains. So that was that. Now, very quickly, we're going to be looking through the European one. And here again, we have this rare polar blast bringing in 11 degrees below average for parts of Utah, Nevada, parts of Idaho. And then that is going to bring in incredibly warm temperatures, possibly 8 degrees above average for parts of Kansas. As we go continuing through the week, the 13th of August can be one of the worst days. This will be Tuesday. It's going to be one of the worst days. It will bring possibly 10 degrees above average for Missouri, and then it's going to bring it about 10 degrees below average in Montana. So it's basically going to be bringing switch. But as we go again to the 15th of August, that cold front will start to dip more into the south, so that affecting the Ozarks, and then that will bring in that switch with warmer temperatures on each coast end of the United States. To the west and east will be seeing warmer temperatures. But again, we will be seeing by the end of, or by the central part of August, we'll be seeing another warm front that is actually looking to be a lot stronger. But look at this, guys. Look at this polar blast that's going to bring in possibly 20 degrees below average. Going to be dipping into the United States now for the west coast. I bring in incredibly cold temperatures, as we see 14 degrees above average, and for parts of the Midwest. And that polar blast will actually kind of go like this. It will kind of not go through the United States, and that will keep these warmer temperatures starting to fire up as we go into the 20th of August. Now we go through the real-time temperatures really quick. So the highs for today, we'll be seeing some high 90s and low 100s for these southern plains here. We'll be seeing some nice 50s out there in Maine. Again, they are seeing below average temperatures. And then again, we'll be seeing some very cold temperatures for the west now, guys. Look at this, 37 degrees already. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some below freezing temperatures. We get to 36, guys. But again, look at this. You're going to be, if they're in the west, then you're going to be seeing these 50s. But then the southeast will be incredibly warm. As you can tell, we'll start to see some high 90s for Montgomery and some high 80s for my area, northern Georgia. And then again, the heat will get worse and worse for the southwest every day. 113 degrees, guys. I really don't know exactly how that feels. The 16th of August, we'll be seeing some nice 60s and 70s for the United States, or the eastern United States, as the southwest does get triple digits and high ones too. As we go on through the week, by the 9th or 18th of August, we'll be seeing again some nice warm some okay temperatures out there for the west and the east, sorry. And then the west will just continue to get warmer and warmer and warmer. By the 19th of August, we'll be seeing some warmer, some nice 90s and 80s out there start to become widespread as August comes to an end. So guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please subscribe, guys. I'm trying to get to 1,500 by the end of the month. If you know any friends or family, be sure to let them know about my channel. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy your day, and see you guys at 4 o'clock.